You've lost 15, maybe 20 pounds. Your clothes fit better. People notice. You're crushing it. And then nothing. The scale stops. Those last 10 pounds sit there like a houseguest who won't leave. You cut calories harder. You add more cardio. You weigh your chicken breast like a pharmacist dispensing medication. But that stubborn fat, still there, still mocking you from the mirror. Here's what nobody tells you. The closer you get to your goal, the harder your body fights back. Not because you're doing it wrong, because your body thinks you're doing it too right. It thinks you're in danger. It thinks those last 10 pounds are the difference between survival and starvation, and it will defend them like a vault full of gold bars. Today, you'll see exactly why your biology turns into a defensive linebacker at the 10-pound line, and the 3 rules that actually work when everything else stops working. No powders, no meal timing gymnastics. Just the metabolic truth your body's been hiding from you. Let's start with what's actually happening inside. Think of your body as a building with a security system. The first 20 pounds? That's the lobby. Anyone can walk in. Your body's like, sure, we've got plenty. Take some fat. No problem. Easy access. The metabolism's happy to hand it over. But those last 10 pounds? That's the vault. That's emergency reserves. That's the fat your body thinks it needs to survive a famine that's never coming. And the closer you get, the louder the alarms get. Red lights flashing. Doors locking. Your biology going into full defensive mode. Your fat cells aren't just storage. They're protective guards with one job: keep you alive. When they start shrinking too much, they send out distress signals like security officers radioing for backup. We're running low here. Shut it down. Your leptin levels drop. Leptin is your body's fuel gauge messenger, constantly texting your brain, hey, we've got plenty of energy, everything's fine. But as you lean out, leptin plummets, and your brain reads it like a crisis alert. Fuel low. Repeat. Fuel critically low. Shut everything down. Your thyroid is the building's thermostat, and when it senses you're running on reserves, it quietly turns down the heat. Fewer calories burned. More energy conserved. You're trying to spend energy, and your thyroid's like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Meanwhile, your metabolism isn't broken. It's just really, really good at its job, keeping you alive. Even when alive means keeping that last 10 pounds locked down tight. So if you're stuck, that's not weakness. That's biology. But here's what's actually happening under the surface. Here's the process nobody explains clearly. As you lose weight, your body doesn't just burn less because you're smaller. It burns way less than it should. This is called metabolic adaptation, and it's like your phone switching to airplane mode without asking. You eat less. Fat cells shrink. Leptin drops. Your brain thinks you're starving. 3 things happen simultaneously. First, your hunger hormones revolt. Ghrelin, the feed me now hormone, spikes by 20 to 30%. It's like having a car alarm going off in your head all day. Meanwhile, peptide YY, the I'm satisfied hormone, drops. You're hungrier after eating than before. Your body's literally changing the rules of the game. Second, your thyroid downgrades your metabolism. Think of it like your laptop detecting low battery. Screen dims, apps close, processor slows, everything conserves. Your thyroid hormone T3 can drop by 15 to 20%. Same body, but now you're burning 200 to 300 fewer calories per day than someone your exact weight who didn't just diet. Different history, different burn rate. That's not fair, but it's absolutely real. Your body's rewriting the rules while you're still trying to play the same game. Third, your muscles get stingy. NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, basically all the fidgeting, walking, gesturing you do, drops by up to 30%. You're not consciously moving less. Your body's just running in economy mode. Every step costs less. Every movement conserved. It's like a company facing budget cuts. The liver, the CFO, starts laying people off. The thyroid, facility management, turns down the air conditioning. Your muscles, the workforce, slow down production. Everyone's still showing up, but nobody's working at full capacity. And here's the kicker. This is your body trying to help you. It sees shrinking fat stores and thinks, emergency protocols, save energy, survive. It doesn't know you're trying to look good in a swimsuit. It thinks you're in a famine. So now that you know your body's defense playbook, let's walk through exactly when these systems activate. When you've got 20 pounds or more to lose, your body's cooperative. Fat cells are full, leptin's high, and your brain's getting constant. We're good signals. Insulin drops when you eat less. Fat burning ramps up. The scale moves weekly. Your metabolism hasn't caught on yet. It's like canceling subscriptions. The first few are easy. Nobody notices. Your body's running the same operating system, just with slightly less fuel coming in. You feel good, maybe even energized. This is the honeymoon phase. You're thinking, this is easy. Why doesn't everyone just do this? Then you hit somewhere between 10 and 15 pounds to go, and things start getting weird. Weight loss slows. Some weeks, nothing moves. Your body's like a security system that just detected unusual activity. Leptin's dipping. Not crashed, but your brain's starting to get suspicious. Reserves are dropping. Should we be worried? Hunger creeps up. You're thinking about food more, scrolling recipes at midnight, planning your next meal while eating your current one. Your thyroid taps the brakes slightly, maybe 5 to 10% metabolic slowdown. Nothing dramatic yet, but you notice you're colder, more tired after workouts. Need an extra layer. Need an extra rest day. Your fat cells start sending out cytokines, little inflammatory signals, basically saying, we need backup. They're not panicking, but they're definitely texting each other. The group chat's getting active. The scale becomes a liar. You're losing fat, but water retention goes haywire. Stress hormones fluctuate. You can be down 2 pounds of actual fat, but up 3 pounds of water, and the scale shows a gain. It's like your body's holding onto water like a sponge, cushioning those shrinking fat cells, preparing for what it thinks is coming. Frustrating as hell. You're doing everything right, and the numbers are punishing you for it. But wait until you hit that last 10 pounds. This is where your body goes from, let's be careful, to shut it down. Leptin crashes, sometimes by 50% or more from where you started. Your brain's screaming famine mode. Ghrelin's maxed out. You're hungry an hour after eating a full meal. Protein, fiber, water, doesn't matter. The hunger's coming from your hormones, not your stomach. Your thyroid downshifts hard. That 200 to 300 calorie daily deficit, your metabolism just erased it by burning less. You're eating the same reduced amount, but now your body's matching that reduction. It's like your opponent in poker seeing your bet and raising you. NEAT plummets. You're unconsciously conserving energy, taking the elevator instead of stairs, sitting instead of standing, ordering delivery instead of walking to get food. Your body's like a phone on 3% battery, closing every app except emergency calls. Your cortisol stays elevated. High cortisol plus low leptin equals your body hoarding every calorie, like a doomsday prepper hoarding canned goods. Even your sleep suffers. Less deep sleep, more wake-ups, because your brain's stressed about resources. And here's the cruelest part. You're doing everything right, and it feels like you're failing. But you're not failing. Your body's just really, really good at defending what it thinks is your survival weight. So you've been treating this like a willpower problem. Cut more, push harder, out-discipline your biology. But that's like trying to negotiate with a fire alarm by yelling at it. The alarm doesn't care about your goals. It only responds to one thing: the signal that the fire's out. Here's the truth that breaks most people. You can't force the last 10 pounds off. You have to negotiate with your biology. The typical response when progress stalls: cut harder, more cardio, fewer calories, push through, willpower, discipline, grind mode activated. And that's exactly what makes your body lock down tighter. Every additional cut, every extra hour of cardio, it's all just more evidence to your brain that resources are scarce. You're trying to prove you're committed, and your metabolism's reading it as proof you're starving. Your body doesn't respond to what you want to weigh. It responds to what it thinks you should weigh to survive. And that set point? It's not fixed by your jean size or your goal weight photo on the fridge. It's set by hormone signals. Think of leptin as the negotiator between you and your metabolism. When leptin's low, your metabolism won't cooperate, no matter how perfect your macros are. It's like trying to have a business meeting with someone who thinks the building's on fire. They're not listening to your PowerPoint about quarterly goals. They're looking for the exits. Your thyroid isn't ignoring your calorie deficit because it's lazy. It's responding to an emergency broadcast from leptin saying, "We don't have enough fuel. Conserve everything." So the question isn't, how do I force my body to let go? It's, how do I convince my body it's safe to let go? You need to show your biology 3 things. You're not starving. Fuel is abundant. It's safe to release emergency reserves. And you do that not by cutting more, but by strategically giving more. This isn't about willpower anymore. It's about sending the right biological signals. Because here's what nobody tells you. The last 10 pounds don't come off from discipline. They come off when your body stops fighting you. Once you understand that, everything changes. You stop grinding and start negotiating. So here's exactly how to do it. Forget what got you here. The last 10 pounds play by different rules. Here are the only 3 that matter. Your body thinks you're in a famine. Prove you're not. Every 5 to 7 days of deficit eating, take 1 or 2 days where you eat at maintenance or even slightly above. Not a cheat day, a refeed day. Strategic, high carb, normal to high calories. You spike leptin temporarily. It won't fully restore, but it gives your brain a signal. False alarm. We've got food. Stand down. Your thyroid perks up. Your metabolism shifts out of conservation mode, even if just briefly. If you're eating 1,500 calories most days, take 2 days at 1,900 to 2,000. Your weekly deficit barely changes, but your hormones get the message. We're not starving. Think of it like restarting your router when the internet's slow. You're not giving up. You're resetting the signal. Next, protect muscle like it's currency. Muscle is the only thing keeping your metabolism from completely tanking. Lose muscle, and you've just handed your thyroid permission to burn even less. Lift heavy 2 to 3 times per week. Not cardio disguised as weights. Actual strength work. Squats, presses, pulls. Your muscles need a reason to stick around. Picture your body as a car deciding what to keep during a weight reduction. If you're just doing cardio, it looks at muscle and thinks, expensive, heavy, uses a lot of fuel. Let's strip that out first. But lift heavy, and suddenly muscle becomes the engine. Non-negotiable, essential. Now your body looks at fat and goes, okay, that's what we'll burn instead. Your body's deciding what's essential. If you're not using strength, it assumes muscle's optional and burns it for energy. But lift, and your body goes, oh, we need this. Keep the muscle, tap the fat instead. Strength training temporarily boosts testosterone and growth hormone, both of which help counter the metabolic slowdown. Last, sleep and stress aren't optional anymore. You could have this dialed before, not now. The last 10 pounds are hormone sensitive, and hormones are stress sensitive. Sleep 7 to 8 hours minimum. Poor sleep drops leptin by 20%, and raises ghrelin by 30%. That's your hunger hormones going haywire. Manage cortisol actively. Walk daily. Breathe slowly. Unplug for an hour before bed. High cortisol plus low calories equals your body hoarding fat, like it's the apocalypse. When stress is high and sleep is low, your body literally cannot differentiate between I'm cutting for a goal and I'm being chased by a predator with no food available. Both trigger the same conservation response. You can't out-diet stress or out-train bad sleep. Not at this stage. Common mistakes. Don't go lower on calories. You'll just trigger more adaptation. Don't add more cardio. You'll burn muscle and signal more stress. Don't expect linear progress. The last 10 comes off in chunks, not weekly drops. So there you have it. The last 10 pounds aren't about trying harder. You didn't fail those last 10 pounds. Your body was just protecting what it thought you needed to survive. That's not weakness. That's biology doing its job, even when its job doesn't match your goal. But now, you know the real game. It's not about forcing your body to comply. It's about showing your biology. It's safe to let go. Feed it strategically. Lift to signal strength. Sleep to reset hormones. Those 3 moves turn your metabolism from an enemy into an ally. The last 10 pounds don't require more discipline. They require smarter signals. And once those signals line up, your body stops defending and starts releasing. Not overnight, but for real this time. Without the rebound. Without the grind. You've been doing hard things already. Now, you're just doing them right. The vault doesn't open with more force. It opens when you know the combination, and you just learned it.